Hi, so today we're just going to work on this specific area. I did a lot of the foothills. I've mapped out kind of where my icebergs are going to go. And then I printed a big, huge 8 by 10 of this tiny area so that it'd be easier to see, I guess. I don't know if it really worked out. But, yeah, so I have some video or some recording of this painting this, but then my camera would poop out, so I don't have a lot. Anyway, we're just gonna, work on this bit for a little bit. All right. Let me see if I can get you a little closer to what I'm doing. For this bit, I'm going to start out with just titanium white, phthalo blue, and ultramarine blue, and a little bit of blue violet maybe. But I also have a palette that's got a lot more colors on it that are kind of funky and mixed together. So we'll be going back and forth. I've moved everything on myself, so give me 1 second to move things back. Give my brushes a quick dunk and swipe. So then I'm prepared. Haha. All right. Let's do this. Let's see. I'm going to start with this brush that's been used and abused and is pretty good for blending. So I'm just going to start here. I'm going to start with white for this experiment, just cause. And it's not going to stay white, but just starting there. All right, you stay up. So we got these coming down. Coming down. All right, this I'm going to have to get more tape for really quick. Just a second. Try to make it all fancy by putting the tape on the back. It doesn't want to stick. Now, I never tape on the parts that have been painted. I'll tape up along here, but I will tape on the parts that I haven't gotten to yet, just so I have a view of what I'm looking for. All right, so what do we got? We got this rock sticking out, and right above it, there's like a little ridge of lighter color, kind of comes down to this point. And then it does this swoopy path, whoop, 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 and comes on in here. And then we got this. All right, and that kind of takes care of that one. Now this comes out. All right, this is just our crumbly bit of the glacier where it's slowly breaking off and meeting the lake that is frozen. Which means if we get all this done, next week we move on to the frozen lake. Yay! Goals! Alright. So we got all these icy bits. And so it's just kind of this big... Let me get one of my more detailed pictures out. Not more detailed, but one of my aligned pictures. Oops. What was that? I painted on one of my other pictures. Oh well. Mumbling. Sorry. I've heard that that is something people do not appreciate. Alright. Now we have our center line, so we can kind of check where we're at, and that means goes through there, goes through there. Alright, so got it. Alrighty, and we're going to come down through here. That little smushes. And then, let's see, we've got, can you guys see okay? Alright, we've got 1, 2, 3, well, kind of 4 grooves plus another little half a groove. So that line up with this coming down. So right where you come down is where groove number 1 begins. So let's just do the white part. Okay. How does that line look? That line looks relatively straight and going this way. And then it goes boop and boop. All right. So now we know you. All right. Next line. It's going to come up. It's a little more dramatic. It comes down and then goes, wow. Yeah, there you are. All right. Now we've got another line. This one has the most drama to it. Oops, too much paint. I should have checked my brush. All right, so this guy comes down and then he does an even bigger whoop. There we go. And then they kind of mellow out into this. Whoop, 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 whoop. And they're like, we don't know which way we're going. We could go either way. We're just gonna go live here. Ha ha ha. Sorry. Yeah. Alrighty, so we've kind of got this a bit of figured out. Now I don't mind the paint being all textured through here because this is what this is all about. The reason why I marked off the icebergs though was so, you know, they don't end up with the texture of this crumbly glacier bit under them, or, you know, the trees that are going to be along here. I don't want them to, it's just, you know, trying to keep it clean in certain spots and not minding so much in others. All right, so this looks like it has a lighter line behind it. So we're going to just kind of put some white in here too. Boop, boop, boop. But we want to keep it flat. So every now and then I'll just shove a finger in there and smooth it. Alrighty. So then there's this, and then it hits this part, and this part's going to be bigger in the end. And then we have our lake. Alright, so now I'm going to take a little bit, just a tiny dot of phthalo blue, and mix it with titanium white. Not too much though, because phthalo blue goes a long way. Alright. Let's see here. Alrighty. So, mixed it with my brush. It's just kind of gooped on there. So we're going to go, and we're just going to brighten up some things. A little brightness here. Do. Come on down. Go a little whiter for a second. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see. We've got kind of a white ridge happening here. This is all in shadow. So I don't want any of it to be too white. Alright, back to our phthalo fun. This comes down. Boop, 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 boop. Hello. Add a little more white to it, just until we get it to a color where we're like, yeah, that's what I was going for. And this isn't finished yet, so I don't really mind that I'm going over it too much. I just want to make sure to keep it nice and flat as I do blur where my lines are going to go. Alrighty, so that's done. And then we're going to, okay, so it has like a weird little, hey there, line, crack in the snow, more cracks. Not too many details. Alright, so now we're going to take a little bit of our ultramarine blue. And we're keeping our brush kind of dirty because all these colors need to kind of blend together. We don't need anything really too jumping out at us at the moment. So let's see, we're going to come in here a bit. Ooh. This is needing to be dirty. Oh, kind of fuzzy. All right, you know what? Yep, right there. A little more blue of the phthalo blue, just kind of working its way. Wait, don't want it blended too well because this is rough terrain. That didn't make sense. It's rough snow terrain, rough ice. We're just trying to give a little impression of it being there and being rough. So there's that. Alrighty. And let's come in here. We'll come back and hit this with a lighter shade just to give that little bit of reflection and hit a couple other spots with some lighter shades too. For right now, we're going to let it dry because we really want those lighter bits to pop. Okay, let's get into this guy. Hello, Glacier. All right. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So this whole sheet of ice goes back in there, but this is just the part that you see crumbling into the lake. So let's find this. All right. Yep, that's not too bad. All right. So now we're just kind of toying around with our blues. And at this point, my colors are a little too muddled, so give them a mix. And then come back. So, here we go. We got this dark H ridge right there. One thing about glaciers that I remember, my first impression of a glacier was being so amazed by that deep, pure blue that you see at all the cracks and crevices that just, it's like nothing I'd ever seen before. It was just this really intense blue. If you ever get the chance to go see a glacier, I would 100% recommend it. There's just something otherworldly about something so prehistoric. I don't know. They're beautiful. But lots of things in this world are beautiful, but you know, you gotta get yourself out there and see things and do things and stuff, right? Alrighty, dark blue coming down for where? What? I don't know. Alrighty, we want a big group right there. Hello. Friend. Coming down and around. Let's just I'm just kind of going back and forth between my phthalo blue that's mixed with a lot of white, my ultramarine blue that's mixed with a lot of white, and white. It's still wet, so I'm just doing a lot of texture, a lot of mixing, a lot of blending. Worry about the details after this dries a bit. And right now it's just kind of getting the feel. I guess it's a color blocking to some extent, but not really. Once again, annoying the art teachers because I don't know what I'm talking about. That's okay. So let's see here. Let's get this. We're going to get into this guy. Alrighty, so let's take a look here, and then this guy comes out and about. A little bit of this color. That works. It's a little messier. There's some do moments going through there. So let's just. It's really about what feels right to you and looks right to you. Constantly checking your reference pictures if you're using one to make sure you're sticking to your plan, or, you know, sometimes with reference pictures you have to decide what you're not going to use though too, like there's the art that you want to capture in your head, and then the art of real life, and sometimes too many details can muck up your painting. So it really just becomes what's right for you. Where does your art want to take you? What does your eye see that nobody else sees that you want to bring to life? And that is the brilliance of art. It's your journey. So let's see here. Boop, boop, boop. All right. So it's kind of filled in. It's gonna take a lot more details, but I'm gonna let it dry up a bit, just so I can get in there with a new layer. But I think that's where we're gonna stop for today. And I should have a video of some sped up painting from this last week ready for you by this weekend, hopefully. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Let me see if I can find the X. There's the X. Thanks for watching. Bye.